Hello. I'll stop. Welcome to the Velkyn Weave. I can hold that note much longer. Hi-ho. Welcome to the Velkyn Weave musical edition. No, we're a bunch of nerdy artists, analysts, engineers, writers, nurses, and performers that get together and play the Dungeons and the Dragons. We're so glad you're joining us tonight. If this is your first time watching the Games Tavern, welcome. Don't forget to follow the Games Tavern on Twitch. It's free, it supports the show and all the cast and crew. Remember, you can watch us live on Twitch, and all shows are uploaded to YouTube, typically 48 hours later, so you can catch up on all the shows you may have missed. We'll get rolling shortly, but first, some announcements.
Remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you also get free Prime Gaming subscription, which you can use to show your support to the show, cast, and crew. Prime Gaming subscribers get access to more emotes and to a special subscriber-only Discord channel.
Oh, okay. And a colossal thank you to Overhead Games for sponsoring tonight's show. Some great support for your games, and of course, some great prizes this month from them. Overhead, they're a creative team behind the Epic Character Generator, and the Epic Character Generator is an excellent tool for anyone who wants to create realistic character avatars in no time at all. Simply choose what items to display on your character, save as an image on a preset or a transparent background, use whatever way pleases you. Check them out at overheadgames.com.
And tonight we are giving away another Epic Character Generator subscription prize pack from our sponsor at Overhead Games. The raffle for the package will begin shortly. And we'll begin at the midpoint, I believe, right before the break. And we'll continue to take entries until the end of the stream when we pick a winner. Details on how to enter when we hit the break. The contest is limited to those in the U.S. and Canada, except Quebec. You know what you did. Now, cast and crew of the Games Tavern are also not eligible to take part. You must be a follower to enter and must be present for the staff to contact you and give you your prize.
Big thanks to tabletopaudio.com for providing music, ambiance, and sound effects for the Games Tavern live play shows. You can use Tabletop Audio in your own campaigns by going to tabletopaudio.com and choosing from over 230 music and ambiance tracks. Or if you need something custom, check out the Soundpad and options to create your own custom Soundpad. We think so highly of tabletopaudio.com. We are supporters. You should support them too.
Now, let's get on. I was going. Let's get on with the show. When last we left our intrepid heroes, the Velkyn Weave has been traveling north. They've been traveling up the Rest Wash by way of boat and raft, and had run into a group of troublesome goblins. They were traveling north in the hopes that the party would be able to gain assistance from stargazing elves, star-singer elves, as they were known up here in the north. It is said that they are plentiful in number, and are no friends of the Red Hand hobgoblins who have been invading the area. During their travels, they managed to encounter a group of meddlesome Red Hand goblins and learned of a worm speaker in the sunken city of Rest. As the adventure was coming to a close, they have found a northern barricade in the road. And to chat, unfortunately, Michelle could not be here tonight. Well wishes to her that she feels better. For the purpose of this adventure, Doliris has gone on a magic carpet ride, as her and Nimble have sailed into the night. Probably Blanche Lafayette showed up and was like, I need your help for something. And I was like, what do you need help with? And Blanche showed a wine bottle and was like, yes, I'll go share that with you. I'll sit out in one combat. They can heal themselves. That's not how it went down. Hearts to Michelle, though. So, before we get into the thick of it, let's go ahead and give our characters a chance to earn some inspiration tonight. As with all episodes on the Velkyn Weave, we like to begin with in-character monologues, where we give them a small prompt to sort of explore the character growth and thought process that goes on with each and every individual in the Velkyn Weave. This week's monologue prompt is your reflection in the water. As they've traveled up the Rest Wash, they have seen their own reflections, some of them for the first time in a long time, in the waters, the brackish waters of the Restwash. And so what we will do is each player will have the opportunity to give a monologue in character. We will go Quentin, Bope, Rinian, and Eldon.
So Quentin's staring in the water, looking back at himself, and every now and then he throws a pebble in to disturb the image. And even though he's looking at his reflection, it's a mirror image of him. It doesn't reveal who he really is, which is a really good metaphor for his life. He's always hiding behind a mask. And right now he's looking at the blue dragon mask reflected back, and he's really loving the power that kind of flowed through him when he confronted the goblins last time, and they kind of got startled, I guess, by the fact that a dragon mask wearing adventurer was up in their face. So Quentin's really torn on kind of leaning into that. Does he want to give into the dragon? That's in his mind space right now.
Bope is hobbling along by the river and, not moving as well as I used to. And today my hips really bothered me. Look over into the water and narrow my eyes. Do I recognize who's looking back at me? It's been so long since I left my village, turned to Mr. Pepper's, one of the last vestiges I have from my old life. Would they recognize me? I don't know. What won't I do now to get what I seek? I don't know. Maybe Eldon's fears are justified. I'm not sure, but I must get there. I must get it. Yes. Oh, muted.
Aha. Rinian, coming back from his mission last time, traveling quickly, and was able to take a few breaks as necessary for his mount to rest. And those short periods when he's gazing into the water, he's realizing that it's the first time since probably Waterdeep has he really looked at himself. And yeah, there's definitely been some wear. Then he was still fresh and still new to the world at large outside of Mirabar and the north, and since then he has seen much, and the time weighs strangely upon him, as he does not appear to be as aged as one would expect for someone that has been out in the wild as long. Perhaps that is the influences of his patron Sylvanus and perpetuating him for the longer fight. But you can see it in the look, the stare, the eyes.
Well, you all receive a point of inspiration for that stirring, and you may need it shortly. Describe after.
What of Eldon?
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's not here.
Eldon's already had. I messaged Corey and said, "You're on inspiration probation after them automatic successes and shenanigans. You killed a dragon on stream in front of everyone. I was humiliated. I'm kidding. And you will pay." No. It's like pro wrestling where I make you lose like 9 matches in a row. No, you're fine. Go ahead, Eldon. For the audience, I'm blind in one of my eyes, and so if I only have one to see, and it's Pick Monitor, and Eldon's over there.
Oh. Man, you look tired. Bags on your eyes and everything right now. We've been going nonstop for a whole minute, haven't we? Shaking this entire time, I swear. Never bothered you when things were bigger before. Why is it getting to you so much now, boy? Come on. We get together. Get together and get going. Let's do this.
Well, You get a point of inspiration too, Corey. At first, when you're like, "Oh, you look tired," bags under your eyes, I was like, "Hey, now!" But then I realized it was your monologue. Just so you know, Rinian, your nemesis currently is the rider of Hellwhip, and they bummed the horse off onto her. Oh, and he's actually
drama.
working. He's working for you all now. He is driving south to try to enlist the aid of a mercenary army to aid the people.
Yeah,
there
he can't let me be a better recruiter than him too, right?
That was what they pushed him. They're like, well, Rinian's off recruiting like 2 armies, and he was like, oh yeah.
Ain't no thing.
And he had a pretty raggedy horse, so they were like, you need a better one than that.
There was drama.
There was drama.
Say it isn't so. Drama? No, I don't believe it. It's fake.
Hellwhip? Really? No.
Some might call it a breakup.
It was sad.
It was not.
That kind of drama. I see.
Distance will only make the heart grow fonder.
Literally what I was thinking. Literally.
Yes, you sent Hellwhip and Tybalt D'Avignon, or Tyrone. I go back and forth on the name I use for him. He is traveling south and attempting to enlist mercenaries. Blanche Lafayette's attempting to, I believe, enlist Ghost Princess. And you've also mocked, taunted, and confused Countess Sansuri, who may or may not be sending an army of cloud giants to
Hopefully help.
But then there's also the fictional, like, mercenary company of cloud giants, the Nimbus, who
Yeah, when those
May-
flight
may or-
castles actually show up, those hobgoblins are going to lose it.
a vigilante organization of cloud giant.
So my memory, there was a lot going on. Did Countess Sensori respond to that message, or did we
Not
get?
to you. She
We
didn't.
got. Oh, that's right. Sorry, that was through Blanche. Okay.
Blanche was going to do a sending end the dream at Countess Sensory.
Blanche was invading her dreams in disguise, demonstrating the blue dragon mask and taunting Countess Sansuri. We've got your dragon magic relics. Come south.
And you also have a poor sense of style.
Yeah, oh yeah. I have a mediocre taste. In
Mediocre.
You know, I realize now in the documents I was preparing for the Nimbus to fall into the enemy hands, I should have indicated that they had taken over a dragon cultist airship.
Oh.
So it gets attacked when it shows up.
That was returning from a failed assault upon.
The count, yeah.
Oh,
well.
made them super sus. That'd have been great. Yeah.
They were all perfect, able to replicate their looks and mannerisms.
Cloud giants, man. Lots of magic.
Here's always
Sure.
next time.
Down
It's good.
the way. Go ahead.
Oh, it's good to have you back, Renian.
Yes, welcome.
Not
Oh.
back yet. I'm not here.
Oh.
You don't.
Okay. Who you talking to, Quentin? You losing it?
Oh, staring into the river too long. You know, sometimes you start talking to it.
Renian's invisibility spell that he had cast entirety of last session wears off. Eating a sandwich.
I've been here the whole time. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh goodness. Yeah, I imagine it's something like Renian emerges from the wood with one of the forest giants that had been aiding you, like brings you along. It could be that Renian was obtaining intelligence from them, and
I said I had a mount.
are you riding a Velociraptor or the forest giant on the shoulders? Like,
One hell of a mount.
They're both really tempting.
He's holding on to your legs like you're his young son, you know? Easy there, Chief.
Whee!
which would you prefer?
The Velociraptor would probably make more sense.
Okay.
Could have been in a Paladin Bjorn on the Forest Giant. Just kind of.
Mm.
So here's
Can you, I'm like
Walking
strapped to the front of him.
yeah, legs dangling.
Like power armor.
So we can say that you did treat with some of the Forest Giants. You know that their numbers weren't great. There were about 15 of them in total. Many of them younger, but they fought bravely, and they have fought for roughly 8 or 9 days straight. Most of them have sustained heavy damages as the numbers of the incoming Red Hand Horde have grown. So they're recuperating, and they said once they rest up and heal, they will go back, and if they see a Red Hand painted onto armor, they will seek them out and defend these lands. And they did succeed in delaying the majority of the army sometime. But you and Velociraptor are coming up the Old North Road alongside the river, and you're essentially able to track the party since they were taking boats up the river. You found the vanquished goblins that they had encountered, and before long you were able to track essentially where they've arrived. Now you see a watchtower, and there's a large fenced-in road blockade. Combat map 1. And so it begins. It's about, we'll say, 200 feet away. You're not right up on top of it, so you have time to plan, strategize. There's very clearly 2 lookouts on top.
Oh, here. What's that up ahead? Didn't expect that. Well, I guess we should have. There's a worm lord up ahead, right? Somewhere.
Like they're definitely blocking the road up ahead.
Yeah. Well, I think probably. I mean, we don't want to. I mean, hate to get to the point here, but we don't want any of them to pass any messages ahead of our passing. So either we go around very quietly, or we, take no
Blow
prisoners.
them up.
Yes.
Go in hard and loud.
Are we dropping a fireball, or do it? I could send I could send Sprout up ahead with a flask of oil, and
Well, how many?
light a fire.
How many of us are there? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Guess
Nope,
the question.
the DM is not a player. Okay. Looking at the Zoom
Or
screen.
am I?
I suppose the question should be: do I see them before I see the outpost?
Oh yes. Do they see us? Can we
do
hide?
I see you?
Rendian, you would see them first.
Okay, so they are somewhere conspicuous.
At least from your direction.
Yes.
Whoa!
You can smell them. Deet and Tobias are there saying, what do you say we go march up and preach them hobgoblins the word of Timora? Make Doliris proud, get more conversions.
I mean, I'm sure that would make her proud, but I'm not sure that's going to work until any of them have surrendered.
I'm sorry. Is that a building or just a wall with like a gate up ahead?
So the watchtower is more building-like. It's definitely a structure, and then there is a fenced-in wall.
Oh, okay. I see the picture better. Okay. Well, we don't know how many are inside, so I can. This is kind of a big deal, but I could make 3 of us invisible, and then Quentin, you could be anybody, and you could get them to let you in, right?
I can invisible myself as well, and
Oh,
Sprout
we
is
can all
here.
be invisible.
I can send Sprout ahead. He's a brave warrior. He's fought many a battle on
I
many a
am.
leaf.
I could take the lizard guy and the snake neck, and we could go up and scare him off. Tell him to scram. Sorry, that's Sprout, the familiar.
How small can you be, Eldon? You can be like a
It talks.
rodent.
Sprout
yeah,
the sprite.
I could turn into rodent, mouse, maybe. Yeah,
No, this
rabbit,
is a-
certainly seen plenty of
Yes.
rabbit.
An interesting question. What if you were a small creature and hiding in my invisible, pocket? Would you also be invisible?
Or would I just be a floating rabbit at that point?
Would you?
I do not know. We've never experienced that myself.
I think you can only target creatures. You wouldn't be invisible inside, I don't think. I think they answered it at some point.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I do have a
Just
similar.
Mr. Peppers in Eldon and rabbit form. Just kind of walk up the hobgoblins.
I do have a similar spell to Delirious that I could make us extra stealthy if you need it. If you need that
Okay.
for just such an occasion, since
You can make us
Blanche.
ghillie suits?
since Blanche kidnapped her for a spell.
I'm not thinking that we need to go to too much circumstances. The primary concern is, of course, of anyone retreating. Therefore, we just need something to cut off any retreat. So if we send these three to the rear just to catch anyone on their way out, that's all that's really necessary.
Fair.
And
Quentin,
just-
can you still talk to Sprout up here?
Yes, I can. I can see through his eyes too. Sprout flies over to Renion's shoulder, and when he lands, he pulls out a match and strikes it on his armor, and then lights a little cigar, starts puffing away.
You're muted.
Flick the cigar.
Like what? I'm trying to quit.
Hey, my smokes. They're all I got left.
Hey,
The missus left me.
Down to
I'll
6 a
be
day.
looking for the next future Mrs. Sprout. Couple little sproutlings.
Can you send Sprout out there to get us a better idea how many are in that little fort?
Sprout salutes and goes invisible and launches into the air. And I'm looking through his eyes, and I give a play-by-play. He's going in 40 feet above the ground.
All right, 40 feet above the ground, he very clearly sees the two ogres that are inside the walls. Beside the ogres are barrels full of spears designed for chucking. There are only two hobgoblins on top.
And is the structure underneath open, like doors? Can the ogres cross?
There's, yes, so the ogres can go inside to the center structure. And the hobgoblins on top could climb down to go inside, and there are large gates on the front and back.
I want to try and get him a peek inside to see what's hiding in there.
Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, that is a 26.
Noise.
18 plus
Probably
8.
going to beat whatever these folks get. Yeah, it definitely does. So, he sees another group of hobgoblins inside. There's looks to be about 4 other hobgoblins that are sitting around playing cards. There's another hobgoblin that seems bored out of his mind who's actually painting a portrait of the hobgoblins playing cards. And there's another hobgoblin who seems to be articulating to the painter and giving advice, almost as if this is a life drawing lesson. Like, I want you to start with the proportions and the motion of the goblins. Watch as they play this game of chance. Notice the expressions, the fur on their brows.
I'm kind of liking this guy. It's a shame we're going to have to kill him. Okay.
It's a
I
shame
will.
I have to die. I could teach you great about.
Get you so much about art.
I hold my hands out and I call Sprite back to me and have him disappear and then reform.
Yo.
All right, and share the information with everyone.
Yeah.
So there's some very artistically inclined hobgoblins in there. He's got real perspective. I think he's got a talent. If he was in Waterdeep, he could be raking in a gold a day. Easy.
Easy, yeah, easy. He could be pulling in a gold a day. He's sitting there, painting them boys. Dude. No, he doesn't say that. He just, like, starts embellishing the tale. The hobgoblins. They're exploring their autistic sides. Really freeing up the space. No, he reports accurately.
Brittany, when I asked for a new familiar, they said that this one had some history with you, and that's why they sent him.
Said this.
My guy, you know?
Got a guy.
Yeah. So how do we want to handle this?
Well,
Still
I
like
mean-
early in the day, right?
Yeah, it's early in the day, so sun is coming up overhead. You see that there are dark clouds. Like, Rinian would know this well. Eldon would know this well. Even Bope, you're a forest gnome, right?
Yeah.
Be pretty familiar. Essentially, Quentin's the odd person out. Sprout would be like, everybody knows this, and Quentin knows it too. Essentially,
Weather confuses me.
yeah, you know that there are some frightening weather patterns coming in, which may not be that much of a deterrent to you, but it looks like there are monsoon-like rains on the horizon, potential flooding of the area in obfuscation of your movements through the region.
Sometimes you call the thunder, and it answers with a whirlwind.
Could I do a little druidcraft cantrip and confirm my suspicions about the weather?
Yes, it most likely won't hold, and probably in the next 2 days or so, it'll probably be very stormy up in here. Not necessarily negative for you. It's more of a deterrent to, say, an army or things like that.
Mhm.
And you all will be under the cover of heavy rains. But there's a good chance you all get wet as well.
Right. Does this look like this is happening soon, or are we still several hours out? Or
You got time.
You got
It'll
time.
probably be the worst in 2 days' time, but it's
Gotcha,
going to start
okay.
to be heavy rains probably before the end of the day.
What do you mean we're going to get wet in a rainstorm? I don't agree with this.
You all pull out umbrellas. Ha-ha! Technology. We win.
Fooled the DM. I had an umbrella in my inventory this entire time.
What did you make it out of? Oothlar. Ha-ha! It's on top. His
When,
final service.
When Sprout went up there, did this look like a new structure? Like, are the palisade walls kind of chopped new logs?
Fresh cut.
Yes, the Hobgoblin army fashioned this themselves, made it.
Did there appear to be like an outhouse or a latrine around? You know, where they're doing their business?
Gross.
Not nearby.
So outside the structure, right?
Not
Or-
outside the structure. So, your best guess is they go into Swampy Swamp and feed the fish.
Okay.
I don't know. Where's the expression? Oh no.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, just wondering because you know, light that on fire if it's inside the boundary, drive them out, or leave some. Yeah,
Yeah. Still light the whole thing on fire before it starts raining. It'll probably go up a hill quite a bit faster, huh, Bo?
Probably. Yeah.
Especially
Light
when
it.
It's all
all
made
of
of
them.
wood.
You light it on fire and then I charge in while they're panicking. We cut them down. Makes sense.
Would a fireball catch a structure like this on fire?
Yes.
Okay.
The fireball would catch a structure like this on fire.
Do not know whether
Almost
they
like it's got the word fire in it.
fire retardant. on the
Well, the
wood.
best thing is this was like a major image, and then Wormlord Koth is going to come up and be like, "You fools!" No, with the dragon, ha-ha, and they just fly away. Got him. Now who plays the mind games?
Were there any holes on the top, on the roof?
2.
Okay, could you point them out to me roughly? Maybe I can aim the fireball a little bead to just go inside and,
You're
from the
gonna
inside.
measure it and fire it like a mortar.
Exactly.
Drives,
Sprout gets a leaf stem and he sketches it out in the dirt.
follow through.
Okay, I am very good at math and geometry, so I can figure that out.
Moves around some acorn caps.
Make an Arcana check, and you can.
All right.
Yeah, this is what I like. This is what it's
Oh.
about. The funny thing is, like, the fireball is big enough to just hit and kill everything, and it's just like, no.
Okay, that is 16 plus 7, so the 23.
High intelligence.
You'll be able to land the fireball expertly on any point of the structure
Sweet. Okay, so what are you guys gonna do?
that you
What's the
can
plan?
see.
That you can see. Fair enough. Okay.
Rinian mounts the Velociraptor, ready to charge in.
I may call down a storm in a sec, since there's clouds coming anyway.
Ooh, nice.
Maybe to catch them as they flee if they attempt to flee out of the structure.
Yeah, or them big ogres, one or the other. Figure they don't like big old lightning bolts.
Renyon, can I ride behind you? I'm very slow. I mean, like behind, on the seat behind you.
Just hold on to your waist.
Hey, how big was the Hobgoblins playing poker canvas?
Little-
How big is it going to be after it burns into a crisp?
Oh no, he's gonna try to steal it first.
Sprout, I have a mission.
Predictable.
Yes. We need that canvas.
I mean, it's not even finished yet, I assume. It's, work in progress still.
True, but the value will only go up after this encounter.
Okay.
I can see him now just telling us tale about the brave end of this painter.
So I give Sprout a little scrap of paper that says the Nimbus in a couple different languages on it, and
What
lightning
are
bolt
the
on the backside.
languages?
Common, Draconic, and Primordial.
No, so it's like pig Latin.
No, yeah, thieves can't. So like,
Nimbus, nay. Ah, dang.
yeah, thieves can't. Like a little sketch of like lightning hitting a goblin. It's a very straightforward message, but
I can try and get us up closer if we want to try and avoid some suspicion before we get up there. How's that sound?
yes, like
How close do the trees get? Like how close could we get realistically stealthing?
With your group and some of the roles you're capable of, including invisibilities and pass without a trace, pretty dang close. To the point, it's kind of like, have you ever watched videos of like where people have been like just kind of lackadaisically going through the routine nonstop? They kind of lose attention. Next thing you know, someone has a gun to the back of their heads. Like, you can see these in documentaries. Y'all could probably sneak up on these guys with your skill set. You are heroic, fantastical heroes, So, with that said, they are diligently watching the road, and you could probably come around from off the road and end up almost anywhere you want. Plus, they're high up.
Yeah, I'd like to come in off the side, maybe. So that could at least give us some time before both ogres can bring their missiles to bear against any of us.
true. And when Bope's down the middle, should be burning, so maybe they won't be crossing.
Exactly.
Through.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
Question is, for the ranged combatants, roughly how close do you want to get to this thing?
How close does Bope need to be to drop his fireball?
I think it's 150
Like
feet.
150 feet, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, I wanted to get close just to help with people running away. Like a well-placed slow spell could keep, 2 or 3 people from escaping. And And I got the health point pool to take a couple hits if need be.
So it sounds like 30 to 60 feet.
I was gonna ride in with Renyan and then jump off.
Or hell, we get right up next to the wall, right?
Yeah.
I'll do pass without a trace so we can get that stealth bonus, get quite a bit closer.
All right. Do a group stealth check for me with
You got it.
your bonus.
Pass without a trace is a +10.
Oh yes, natural 20. That is a 33
That's a success.
for a wizard.
Beat me, 26.
19.
Renyan?
You're muted.
That pass without trace
Yeah.
works well.
So quiet.
So muffled.
17.
17.
All right. And so these sneaky guys, you beat the DC of 15 for all of them. So and that's with their advantage, their passive advantage. They're looking, but these are wee little hobgoblins. And you are now roughly, say, 30 feet adjacent, more or less off to the side where your little icons are now on combat map 1. If you want to be on the other side, you can fall off the map, but essentially that's roughly where you're at.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Close enough to hear them talk. They're speaking in Goblinoid if any of you speak it.
I just turn to my compatriots and whisper, "Are you ready? Should I light this candle?"
Light him up, Bo.
All right. Okay.
Oh, wait.
Wait. Yeah. Wait.
What?
Did we send the other guys around the back?
Oh yeah. I think our plan was to send Deet and Tobias.
Do they need to, but they won't get the benefit of the pass without trace.
No, just like circle around.
So they
Take their
can
time.
Do
keep
their
an
thing.
eye out.
They're swamp guys.
At least-
They can get around it without much.
They belly crawl. They liked they go, or just allow us to convert any survivors. They start toddling off to sneak.
Anyone,
Just slow them down. Don't get yourselves killed.
anyone that they capture, they can convert.
Convert into food or followers, whatever their preference.
I like your language.
Do we know what level Deet and Tobias are? Like, are we sending level 1 people
Don't
to
worry.
their doom?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about us.
You can hear it's the metagaming pitch.
We have multiple hit die. All right. You see they kind of like watermelon crawl through the brush and kind of disappear from view.
And I'm going to have Sprite stand on my shoulder. Invisible. Sprout.
Sprout.
Initiative time?
Sprite.
Do I gotta stand or can I sit?
It's like a little saddle, tiny little Sprite-sized saddle.
He has a rocking horse he rides on your shoulders. Yeah.
Now this is living.
Yeah. All right, so
Okay, so I
Go
take
ahead.
out. Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say everyone roll initiative. You will get a surprise round on the outside.
So,
No, my dice. My digital
7.
dice are rolling so slow right now.
7.
11.
Natural 20.
Nice. Two
Yeah,
natural 20s.
26.
We haven't even started.
Are you going to throw some smite dice on that?
I smite the initiative. Wait.
Smart the initiative. I go first twice.
Quentin, give me yours.
7.
Bope again.
11.
That's what I had. Eldon,
6.
6.
Yeah. Just
And then
a six.
these doofuses will roll theirs.
The sneaky, not so fast gang.
The ogres.
Spent
are
all my
very
energy
quick.
going quiet. Now I can't go fast. I've cramped up. Oh.
Here, have an orange slice.
Well, the
Oh,
ogres will
gotta
go
rub out the
last
Charlie
for
horse.
sure.
Sprout,
Rinian
get to
will go
work.
first.
So, I guess the question is how much effort do you need from me to get to scamper up, climb up the side, Is it climbable? Probably climbable. I can climb it.
You could probably climb it. Climber. It's roughly 20 feet tall.
I'm pretty good at climbing.
Got that good athletics bonus, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Huge.
Huge.
Do you even lift, bro?
I got a 24 on my athletics.
All right. So Rinian, so essentially you're dash actioning and then climbing up.
Sure.
And did you want to? So 30 feet would take you to the lower wall. 60 feet would take you to the higher wall. So you want to go up the lower wall or the higher wall? There's two that you see. There's the watchtower itself, and then there's just the fenced-in area.
I should probably go start at the top and work my way down.
Is the top
All right.
about to be on fire?
No, the inside's about to be on fire.
Can't see the inside.
But he was mortaring it in.
I think he still has to be able to see it.
Oh.
I like the idea, though. Roll a 20-sided die.
You
Thing is that the
cheesy
point's on the top.
bastards.
In fact,
Yeah.
it should have been like Rinian dashes. Then as a free action, I'd let you just catapult Bope up in the air. So he's like, "Ah!" Bam! Like slam dunks it.
That's where the Arcana mathematics came into it.
Yeah, I rolled a 9 this time.
All right. You'll still. It's a ball, so
Yeah.
it's gonna hit things. So yeah. So Rinian, you're starting to go up the wall. You've got a ways to go. We'll say that at the start of the next round, you'll be at the top just to sort of expedite it, so you can actually kill these folks that probably won't survive the fireball that's coming. Bope, go ahead.
If I see the fireball slap past me, I'm gonna jump off on the first level.
Okay. Yeah. So Bope, go ahead.
Okay,
Welcome if you got
it does. Okay, I was just reading the.
What's it say?
It says, you choose a point within range. It doesn't say you have to see it.
You don't have to see it.
It's usually pretty specific when you have to see it. I'm good with whatever.
Yeah, so if it's just a point within range, I think you could. Let me just double check the wording.
Have it blow up over the
Because
opening on top?
Yeah, because you don't know what's on the other side. Bright streak flashes from your pointing finger to a point you choose within range, and then blossoms, and does that. So, let's just double check just to make sure, because you're going to be killing a bunch of hobgoblins.
There might be
The
some
question is just how many.
line of effect language somewhere else in the rules.
Yeah. Yeah, a fireball requires line of sight.
Okay. Let's roll some damage.
But the point of the explosion may be a pointing float wherever. So here's how it works, Bope. Anything that's on it's what, like a 20-foot radius?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, you're probably going to hit more targets. Because if you hit the front of the tower, it's a 20-foot radius. it's going to hit things on either side.
Yeah,
All right.
Fire doesn't just stop when it hits 20 feet.
Well, it's the point. It comes out, and that's what it says.
So 33 points of fire damage as I take out an acorn, and it turns a bright crimson red, and it just flies.
Right past Rinian.
Yeah.
Like, I know that acorn.
Love me?
All right.
I'm good.
All right. So go ahead and roll damage.
33 points of fire damage. I've had some really good fireballs.
Yeah, let me do some quick saves.
Oh,
Because
I think
even if they take half, they're dead. Most of those hobgoblins. They're little. But there's lots of them. All right. And then 33 points. One of them inside, and then one of these doofuses also loses a large sec. When I say one of these doofuses, yeah, there's actually a lot of additional rulings on Fireball as a spell, specifically if you're playing with a grid, according to the Dungeon Master's Guide. But if the point hits the wall and it's a 20-foot radius, it's going. Not to mention that thing's on fire now. So the walls begin to burn. Not Renian, though. You see this, and you just see the palisade starting to go up in flame. The wooden walls begin to burn. There's smoke. You hear screams from inside, and you hear, "We're under attack! Either the dragons have betrayed us, or the legendary mercenary organization known as the Nimbus is wreaking the fires of heaven and hell upon us." But it's goblinoid, so it sounds kind of like the Tasmanian devil. No. No. Sounds very articulate. All right. So with that, I believe everyone else will get a turn. Let me just double check, make sure I see here. Quentin, you're next.
20-foot wall on the outside. Probably not going to be able to climb that, so I will take the rope of climbing out and kind of hold it and have it lasso up, and then easily get to the top of the wall. And I guess I see the ogre below me, probably.
Yeah, if you climb up it, yeah, you'll see the ogre down below.
Yeah, so that was my action, and then I will stab at him with the hate within me and just leave the Hexblade curse on him. So that was my bonus action, and I will be creeping like right at the top of the wall.
Okay, go ahead and move yourself to where you would like to be. Eldon!
Is the ogre's head like poking over the wall?
No.
Like, is he? It's not at all.
Nope.
Okay, so he's not. He hasn't started throwing things at people on the other side of the wall yet.
No.
Bummer. Okay. I am gonna go ahead and you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and conjure the storm cloud above and cast Call Lightning. Just the cloud starts forming above the just the center of the structure there. And you know what? Actually, I think I'll have a lightning bolt strike down on the other side of the door, like the way they've tried to run away to. I'm just gonna have a lightning bolt come strike the ground down there. Intimidation.
Oh, just like on the other side of the door?
Yep. It's got to be a point I can see, and I can't see any of them because
Yeah.
on walls right now.
So yeah, lightning hits that point, and that it does. Those gates aren't open yet because they haven't had any turns. But with that, let's move in initiative back to Renian. So now we're actually in initiative order. And they move at a different cadence now than they did last round. So, all right.
First, since I saw the fireball go off, the second floor got engulfed, right?
The second floor got engulfed. Yes, it's in flames.
Okay, so
Smoking.
then, did I hear where that goblinoid was coming from?
The goblinoid sounded like it was inside the watchtower, probably in the lower area.
Okay, so go to one of those the top hatches and just drop in and launch myself at the first thing I see in there.
Okay, you launch in. You see inside there are two. There are two goblins standing next to their charred masterpiece, hobgoblins, that is, and they seem really miffed about the dead
Or a little
goblins playing poker. Now, two of them are still in the game, looking shocked. They look up at you. So there's two hobgoblins that were playing poker. They're like, look up, their cards, their games are burned, their chips are melting, and because they're plastic. And yeah, then there were the two painting. They see you. So there's the two that are painting, the two that are playing poker. Which one you want to throw yourself at?
I will go after the ones that are not seated, that are standing and in shock.
Okay, you charge towards them. Go ahead and make your attacks.
So first attack.
And if you want to move a mini on there, I'll place the other goblins.
Well, I'm using the D&D Beyond roller, and they gave me another nat 20.
Hey.
Yay!
Surely I won't. Oh, hold on.
These are hobgoblins. I learned long ago I have no need to smite them too much.
There we go. Sorry, my little goblins were on a different layer, and I was like, I can't see what's going on under there. So you have these two, and you have these two.
My
These
first
southern ones are the painters.
My first critical strike does 16 damage.
16 damage. Dun dun dun. Let me double check these weirdos. So yeah, you do 16 damage to this guy. Great.
Of magical slashing, and then if he's still up, the sword deals another 3 frost damage to him.
Yeah, so another 3 points of frost damage from your magic sword.
Oh wait, does that crit too?
It's a dice.
Are you rolling a die? Yes.
Oh, okay. So, and then 2 more on top of that, so 5 frost damage.
All right, so that's currently 16 plus 5 for 21 points of damage.
Yep.
All right. Got it. He still stands.
Then I will use my my bonus action. Yeah, I'll use my bonus action to use my shield and slam the other guy trying to knock him down.
All right.
Contested strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics. Got 16.
He rolled a natural 20 plus 3.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, and then
It's like double shield too, because you see he carries a shield too, and it's just like boom, and when you hit it, he's just like, oh, we're in a rumble. He's like Little John from Disney's Robin Hood. He's like, oh, what a beautiful brawl, and he's getting going.
and then I will take my second attack at the first guy, 25 to hit.
25 will hit him.
For 11 more magical slashing and
Stop poking me.
2 more, so that's 13 more damage to the one that took damage the first time.
I'm gonna name my calculator Rinion, because whenever I play with you, I have to pull it up. Keep dragging it. No, that's great. All right, so we go from Rinion to these two hobgoblins. Oh, no wonder this looks weird to me. Instead of cutting your initiatives on my initiative tracker, I copied them. I was like, why do I have 2 Vopes? has he split it to 2? 2 Quentins, 2 Eldons?
He gets to go twice.
Simulacrum.
Obviously.
Yeah, so, alright. The first of these hobgoblins that are engaged with Rinian are going to make an attack. Now, the first one makes 3 attacks at you. So, I don't think a 12 hits.
Nope.
I don't think a 14 hits.
Nope.
But a natural 20
There you
almost
go.
hits.
Also misses.
Disadvantage?
He cannot have disadvantage in this situation. Although the situation could change and he ends up with it. So this is going to be 19 points of damage. And then he decides to deal an extra 14 points of damage to you because there is another hobgoblin standing next to you. The second hobgoblin makes 3 attacks as well. Does 21 hit? You have high AC.
It is.
All of these hit. So 21, 25, and 26. For 7, 11, and 18.
And I'm done.
Rinian's down. They seem really confused too. Now, we move through initiative to the smaller hobgoblins. They move over to Rinian, and they're dragging him to the corner. Like, they come over they're towards the corner that he's in. They're kind of setting up. They want to see exactly what they're dealing with, because their big bosses just got their asses handed to them, and this place is like smoking and on fire. They've never seen someone like this before, and they've heard rumors of ghosts in the woods murdering hobgoblins, raiding bridges, exploding them. They think they might have found one of their leads. However, all signs point to the Emerald Enclave and the Nimbus, so surely this is just a random forest paladin. So with that, they're setting up and they're trying to figure out what's going on with Rinian. Back to Bope on the outside. We'll go Bope, Quentin, Eldon, and then the ogres.
Okay, so I can't see any of that. I actually can't see anything. So, where is Eldon? Is he on the map?
Yeah, well, sort of. I'm off to the side there.
Okay.
I'm not like on the map space yet. I haven't gotten that close.
Yeah, let me move these guys.
And Quentin, you're on the wall. Are you climbing, or where does it look? Where does it look like you're heading to Bope?
So I'm kind of on the corner. I've got the rope of climbing from the ground
That's right.
kind of angled up, and I'm crouched down right, so my head's kind of even with the spikes. So I've probably got like partial cover is what I was going for.
Okay, and it looks like you're getting ready to climb.
Well, I'm kind of crouched down. I yelled some vile stuff at an ogre below, and you could probably use the rope to go up if you had to.
Sure. Could I get up the rope and still have an action, or no?
Yes.
Okay. So I will go ahead and climb the rope. Till I get to the top. Do I see the ogre?
You totally see the ogre, and you also see most of the walls been knocked down. You see Rinian down, and he is surrounded by hobgoblins.
Oh dear. I reach.
Finger of death.
Yeah. Kind of. I reach blindly into my pocket. Like, no, not that one. No, maybe that one. And I take out another acorn, and this one starts to smoke and crack and rot. And as I pinch it between my fingers, it shatters as the black necrotic energy slithers over the wall and into the nearest ogre. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw as I cast Blight.
But ogres are known to be peaceful creatures.
Also have high Constitution, don't they?
Yeah, pretty high. You got a 17.
Okay, yeah.
There's a
So
+3.
he succeeds. That's okay. That's still a
Just
lot of
big
die.
Sack of hit points.
Man.
He's probably not going to survive, though. We'll see. He's got a lot of HP, but
Oh my gosh. This is great. All right, so that is 8, 9, 15, 18, 22, 27, 29, 37.
describe what it looks like when an ogre dies to blight.
Yeah, the smoke just slithers and you just hear this hissing noise as it envelops him again from the ground, just almost like blackened vines, and just sucks the water from his corpse as he becomes desiccated husk.
Oh,
This is first day on the job too. Man.
If I have any movement, I'll tumble over the wall just so there's room for someone else to climb.
when I used to finish film shoots, they used to describe me as a desiccated husk of a man. At the
Oh
end of the day.
no.
You're just a desiccated husk of a man. They describe me. I was like, it's not that bad, is it? We got some bots in chat. Bots, we'd love to become famous. We'd love to buy followers. Unfortunately, not going to happen. All right. Eldon, you're on deck. Or Quentin's on deck.
Okay, well, this is why I keep Sprout with me. So I have him grab the goblin liquor that's on my bandolier, and he's invisible and flies over to pour it into Renion's mouth.
Popeye spinach.
Yeah, 2d4.
Oh no, this is the goblin liquor.
Yeah,
Glug, 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 glug. Gosh, what was the
Wow.
effects of that? Because
it was a 2d4 hit point and advantage on dexterity saving throws for an hour.
All right.
Rinian starts shaking, trembling, looks like a blur. Rinian, you are back up, and you get 2d4 plus 4, was it?
Yeah, I think you just said 2d4 last time, but
2d4.
I'll let you roll for that. And since Sprout is right there, and I'm within 100 feet, I'm going to channel my Eldritch ability and cast Invisible on him. So he
All right.
goes invisible.
Whoop. What?
And
Foul play.
I am done.
All right. The Elden show begins.
Oh, okay, so Renion's invisible now, so I can't see him.
Yeah.
All right, it's fine. He's conscious. I don't know that I didn't even know he was unconscious to begin with, so that's fine.
Things fine.
Everything's fine. We're all fine. How are you? Okay. Elden.
That was a Han Solo reference, and I give it full points.
5. Eldon's gonna move to there. I heard an ogre die, I guess. Just yeah.
You've heard explosions, lightning crack, goblin swears.
This wall is so
Ogre
tall
has-
and I can't see anything. I just got the lightning in my eyes right now, and I'm gonna. Can I have the lightning like literally strike the doors?
There's a beautiful rope you can climb up. Walk up, run
Well,
up.
like the back doors. Like,
Like to destroy it?
yeah, sure,
Absolutely.
cool.
Roll damage.
All right, I can do that. Oh my god, why is the dice roller going so slow? 6.
This is gonna be great. Rinian just disappears. The doors just get blown open by lightning. The
14
Nimbus comes.
14 points of lightning damage.
All right. Well, yeah. That at this point, after the other damage that's been sustained to the doors, those doors blow open, and they're catching. There's burning. The fires of hell are burning around the hobgoblin horde. Clouds have gathered overhead. Their protection's gone. They're considering abandoning position. And at that point, in fact, let me make a move. I need to click on the battle map, not on Twitch. This ogre is actually coming through. yeah, they see the light from the outside, and they're like trying to figure out, do we try to feel around and find Renyan, or do we flee? We have to make some calls. This ogre's gone as well, so because most of their force has been completely routed. They flee Deet and Tobias. They just see their silhouettes. We've been waiting for y'alls all day.
Rise up out of the swamp,
Yes.
Yeah.
out of the tall grass.
They do their fusion dance and form Tobias, and double their power level. And
You
they
just
have
hear a banjo in the
4
back.
hit dice instead of 2. No.
Dueling
The
banjos.
banjos.
All
right. Anything else that Eldon's doing?
Not till I can see something.
All right, Ogre goes. So it's officially Ogre's turn, and he walked into the room. That was his action. He can't really see anything else that's going on, and so we go back to the top of initiative. Renyan, you are awake in the world of the living. You have, you kind of feel like you are one with everything. You could run 1,000 miles today if you had to, as goblin liquor courses through your veins.
What's that stuff laced with? Jeez.
That's, well, we talked about it, the poison mushrooms. Because, yeah, it was delirious. She said, what's that distilled with? I was like, well, according to the lore.
In that case, I will stand up.
You're up.
And maneuver myself to the back door.
Yeah, you totally can. And again, because you are unseen, no opportunity attacks can be made on unseen targets.
And then once I am there, I will call upon Sylvanus to reinvigorate me with lay on hands for 30.
All right.
Sprouts on your shoulder. Yeah, you got
Does
this.
lay on hands remove your invisibility?
Not a spell.
It's not a spell.
It's a feature. It's not an attack.
Yeah.
It's an action.
I don't think it does.
I think it would in that case.
So it might. We'll see. We'll roll for it. Let's look up. This is a fun one. So lay on hands invisibility.
The invisibility spell.
Jeremy Crawford says, "Stop asking me questions. I don't care. Read the book." Okay, so let's see what it says.
Oh, attacks or casts a spell.
Does not break a spell according to Mike Merles and Jeremy Crawford. They say help action wouldn't, lay on hands wouldn't. Don't worry about it.
So then after doing that and feeling mostly reinvigorated, Renyan will lay in wait for the first idiot to come to the door.
Don't worry, Renyan. We have your back. That actually might be what they do. The party learned last time that after spending so much time with Delirious, Deet and Tobias are starting to become skilled combat medics, good for patching wounds. All right. Next up, it is these hobgoblin leaders' turns. One of them looks bloodied, and the other one looks pretty strong. They're not too sure what's going on, and they explain that we're going to have to get out of here through the gates. And they point that way, and 2 hobgoblins run through the gates. The first one will come to Renyan. Essentially, they're coming out the door, so one's there. They're moving past you.
Yep.
If you want to take swings.
Sure. I'll hit the first one that
Yeah.
decides to swing high with a natural 20.
Oh boy.
All right. That's where the hobgoblins hit him down. No.
For 13.
Yeah. Oh.
13 points of damage. Murders him.
Can Sprout get an opportunity attack? He was
Absolutely.
with Rinian. All right, I've got
Well,
plus.
do they? Because they use their reaction. Wait, how does that work?
So if
There's a weird,
if I use my action, then it can use its reaction to attack. But I'm not sure how that works with opportunity attacks.
It let him make an attack action. That's what he was doing.
+2 to attack with his little stinger blade. Ooh, that is 13 to hit. No, yeah, 13 to hit.
Oh, 13 to hit.
Yes.
I don't think a 13 hits these guys. Let me double check. It does not. They have an armor class of 18. And just so you know, the big beefy ones, armor class of 20, and they can parry as a reaction to raise the AC up to 3 more.
So
They
now
are hard to hurt.
Sprout is visible on Renian's shoulder.
Dun dun dun.
Renian's visible too now.
By the lion's mane. Yes, they are. Now, that's not the end of the hobgoblins' turns. They were being tactical. Send some through, and now the beefy boys. That's the name of their group. They're the beefy boys.
Right.
They're going to fight for their right to party. They are going to throw javelins at Sprout and Rinian.
You monster.
I know.
He's just a boy. That
All right,
smokes
javelin
6 cigars
attack.
a day.
Yes.
Neither hit Rinian. What's Sprout's armor class?
16 because he's wearing the studded leather, the magic stuff from Eldon.
Does a 26 hit?
All day long.
Yes. All right. And so he will take 6 points of damage.
Yeah, that kills him.
All right. So they don't have to trigger the additional 14 to murderize him.
We hardly knew.
Yeah.
All that's left is his little smoking cigar on your shoulder, Renian.
And with that, the hobgoblins are calling out at this point. They're calling to Rinian to surrender.
I will look past them to the front door.
Velociraptor comes out of the smoke and takes a bite into one.
Clever girl.
Clever girl. And with that, we'll move down initiative. Now, I believe you have killed all the last of the littles, the 11 hit point hobgoblins. Actually, no, you killed one of them, and then I believe Sprout failed to hit. Yeah, so you have one up.
One is somewhere out the door and right in.
Yeah, right on you. So yeah, he's near you.
No, he ran by. You said can't get an attack of opportunity if they're not exiting your.
No, yeah. Well, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to. He would have been. Yeah, there. He's. Sorry, it's little squares, and I'm sitting back here. All right, so he's passed. So one of them has gone past you. Yeah, they've all run past. All right, and then with that, we move. I believe to Boat's turn.
Okay, can I see inside? Can I see any of those hobgoblins?
Yes, the smoke is clearing now. Most of the wall has burned away, and you see 2 hobgoblins on the inside. They are carrying shields. They are heavily armored in plate mail. They have the red hand insignia on them, and they seem very put out that they are in combat today.
And I see the ogre too.
Yes.
Okay. I just hear them say surrender, and I just cackle with glee and say, "Oh, there'll be no surrender today." And I take out another acorn that glows just phosphorescent red before streaking into the middle of the building, detonating with another fireball.
All right, so middle of the building.
Middle of the building.
Kaboom.
Somebody's got
So
advantage.
that's the middle point. 1, 2, 3. So that'll hit Renian.
But he has advantage
Yeah.
and a shield feat.
Yeah, takes reaction, but it's fine. I already made the save.
And you had advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Yeah.
From what?
The goblin.
What about the goblin liquor?
Oh yeah, the goblin liquor. Yeah.
The hobgoblin's got a 19 and a 21 to save.
Blast.
The
That
ogre
is-
got, I believe, he got a 0 because I rolled a 1 and it's a -1.
Yikes.
Well, 30 points of fire damage.
All right. So the ogre's still alive, but burning. And then the hobgoblins are still strong. They're not breaking. They're very disappointed that they've been hit with yet another fireball.
They're disappointed. They're just disappointed. It's rough.
They're calling for surrender. Normally people fall to their knees and beg for their lives.
Not today.
And anything else out of Pope? If not, we'll
Oh.
move to Quentin.
That's it for me.
Okay. The one that was running away down the road, he's within 90 feet, so I'm going to drop my hex on him, cursing him with athletics for what it matters, and then unleash two Eldritch blasts at him, an 18 and a 27 to hit.
Both hit. He has an armor class of 18.
Okay. For a total of 18 damage, that's between force and necrotic.
He is no longer of this earth. He falls dead. Meanwhile, Dee and Tobias were looking, they're like, our first convert! Then he falls. They're like, funeral rites!
And I yell out, Nimbus!
No, they see him fall. They go, Uthlar Jr. Because they're like, we could animate him, and then Bope will be happy. He'll have a new friend.
That's right.
Shout out the Nimbus. They're like, yes, that legendary group.
Legendary group.
All right, we move from Quentin to Eldon.
All right. Jeez, I can't even see Renian anymore because back inside.
I was never outside. Whoever placed me outside, I was right where.
Oh, okay.
Just looked
Oh.
outside. for
I
everybody.
can move a little bit. Okay, I can move a little bit. There we go. And I'm gonna say, Renian, back it up. And I'm gonna go ahead and cast Healing Word at Renian. I'm assuming he looks hurt.
Oh yeah, he looks mighty dinged up and kind of singed. It looks like the fireball might have actually gotten through this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him
Been asking for
a
it.
Healing Word at 4th level.
Fourth level.
Well, that's my range spell right there.
Fancy.
Oh my god, what's up with the dice tonight? 15 hit points
Hey.
back to you. 15 hit points back to you. And then I'm gonna hold my action for a hobgoblin and or ogre to come out of the fort. I'm gonna bring the lightning bolt down on him because it's still going.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be it.
All right. The ogre is going to throw its weapon at Bope. Bope, what is your armor class? 93? No. It's gone up. You're hard to hit.
That's
Yeah.
his age divided by 4.
No, I will definitely pop. So it's 15. But I will definitely throw up a shield to make it 20.
Yes. So good, because he would have hit you. He throws it, and it just like bounces off the shield, and he like looks really confused. With that, we go back to the top of initiative, and it is Renian's turn.
Which one was the one that I'd hit hard earlier?
The one closer to you on that map.
Cool. Rinian runs in, swinging his blade,
God damn it! I said back it up.
getting a 22 to hit.
As you swing to hit, you find that you're going to meet your mark, and then he uses his reaction to parry you and get to an AC of 23. And you can see that he is intent on continuing this fight to the death. He
Okay.
does not want to yield this position.
Contested knockdown,
Okay.
22.
You might get him this time. 12. He goes down.
Second attack,
With advantage.
accurate.
Armor class 20.
23.
Hits.
Let's do 10 magical slashing, 4 frost, and we will throw in a grade 2 smite for funsies. Do 1, 2, 3 of these for another 14 radiant damage. And then with him being down, Rinian will look at the other one, or him being like knocked down and no more threat to catch Rinian. Rinian will side eye the other ones and do one of those like, and then runs out the door.
He's running out the door?
Yeah.
All right. The front door? Or the back door? Okay. Good.
That's the back. That's the.
Back out you go. Yes. All right. Goblins up. You all see the hobgoblins are chasing after Rinian. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Comes out the door. I'm gonna strike him with lightning.
Yep, do it. Let it unleash the fires of hell.
Dexterity saving throw.
That they can do. What do they have to beat? So I'll tell you what they have: a 4 and an 18. One with less hit points got the 4.
Yeah, well, he definitely fails. My DC is 14.
Okay, so one of them succeeded.
18 points of lightning damage for the failure. 9 for the pass.
So for the failure, because Rinian had whooped his behind in the previous round, the light leaves his eyes as lightning strikes him and he falls.
Ha
Nice.
Nimbus, bitch!
Everyone's getting in on this.
Yes.
And then
Okay.
as the second one crosses the threshold, watches his buddy falls, Rinian spins the blade and it's like, let's go.
You notice he doesn't watch his buddy fall. He's intent on you. And at that point, he drops his weapons and his shield, falls to his knees, and declares that he is surrendering and yielding the post.
I hate when they do this.
You've dealt with these hobgoblins enough. You know they're
Yep.
intelligent creatures. Yes, they
Rinian will beckon him behind him as he has to go back in after the ogre now.
The ogre is giving up as well, and he's just like, you know, he drops his knees when he sees this. I know I follow them.
Is he mopey?
Just a little slower than a hobgoblin.
What you want? Okay.
I was gonna use the money on tattoos.
Poking me.
So saw some really neat elvish characters I wanted. This one means life.
Live, laugh, love.
This one means bread. Me like spread the best. Yes. So, they've surrendered. So you can either kill them and finish them off, or you can ask them questions and kill them. It's sort of similar to Uthlar and Zar. He knows he can't escape. He's like, there's no way I make it to the swamp, what with your sentinels to the north, and it's Dean Tobias being... They have, like, religious emblems. They're like, we're going to get our first convert. They just assume they're, like, spellcasters.
I'd like Quentin to dash along the top of the post, so with his movement, he should be able to, like, drop down right behind the hobgoblin who's surrendered. His name was Sprout, and Dragontooth dagger into him.
Oh! Alright, so...
And
he
then
still has a mountain of hit points. Is your intention to kill him here?
Yes.
Because we can skip to the end.
I think what he's saying is that he's attempting to coup de grace him.
Yeah. It's one of those things. Mechanically, he has a while and he's in plate, but if you want to dispatch him, he's dispatched.
That was the intent.
Every time. Like,
Well, not every time.
No.
most of the time.
It's happened a couple times.
It's, yeah, too many times.
Sprouts Ghost goes, he had it coming to him. And I think that's as good a time as any for us to take a short break. Don't forget to ask character questions by typing in question in all caps, followed by your question and which character it's directed at. So go ahead and lay those on us. Corey, why don't you tell us about the giveaway?
We have a giveaway tonight from our friends at Overhead Games. Remember, Overhead Games created the awesome Epic Character Generator to create realistic avatars for from an easy-to-use interface. This raffle is only available to followers in the U.S. and Canada, except Quebec. So please enter accordingly. Remember to type !Epic in the Twitch chat to enter to win the package. The raffle for the package will be drawn at the end of the stream when the winner is drawn and announced live. We'll be right back in just a few short minutes.
Have you ever needed quality images of characters for your games or stories, but couldn't find the time or assets to create them? Epic Character Generator comes to your rescue with lots of features. After launching the program, you can select a base character to start working on. Just pick a wardrobe and begin customizing it. At any time, you can jump to the settings to turn other packs on and use their content on your character too. There are certain items which not always fit together nicely. You can use the toggle feature to decide whether these items should be on top or on the bottom. You can use the coloring tool to give your items a unique look. A few items can deform the base body in a minor way, and others can make huge changes. How about moving around some decorations in the background? Or even the whole character to find the perfect composition? You can save your character as a data file and load it back later to continue editing it. You can export your character as a PNG image with a background selected from the program, or choose a transparent one. You can use it later in any environment. So, have you crafted your first character already? Epic Character Generator, now available on Android.
We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Welcome back. So let's double check. Did we have any character questions? My stream tab. Ah, there we are. I have a question. My question is for Bo.
Ooh.
How do you do it so well?
What?
You all have done it well. Yeah, so you are in the aftermath of the great battle. You do have an ogre that's just like, we was making pancakes for breakfast today. They said they was making them after the poker game.
What's your name,
No,
big fella?
I don't have one. The dungeon master didn't improvise that quickly. Yeah, so he's like,
All right, we're gonna call you
my
Pancakes.
name is Rasputin.
Okay. That works too.
On account of my hypnotic eyes, and you notice his eyes kind of point in two different directions.
Fine. Over here, buddy. Okay.
He's just like, he's like Marty Feldman from Young Frankenstein, you know, the Igor character. He's just like, oh yes, his eyes are like bulging from his skull. He's just kind of like, well, we was gonna make pancakes today. Beans and toast. Swamp sausages.
Well, the day is young.
Are you gonna cause us problems now?
That depends on whether or not you, my new lords and masters, ask me to cause you problems.
That was a very good answer.
Right. Us ogres decide that we swear fealty to whoever seems to be, oh, you know, the strongest in the land. When the hobgoblins was here, they was the strongest. Now they're dead. So which of you is the strongest? My guess is on him with the bright sword, but that dagger's a bit fancy, and you seem to be, I don't know, zip zap zopping lightning from the heavens above. And I haven't quite got you figured out, small fry, but my thought is you're responsible for the big booms.
What was the name of the guy that you were following before? I point at the plate armored.
He told me not to tell forest gnomes if they asked, only deliver himself from alive. No. His name was Jameson. And that was his brother, Esterton.
Well, okay. And
They was thick as thieves. They ran a tight shop, and they was tough.
I give an eye to Quentin and be like, I'm gonna go bury him, and I just start to drag him out of the room.
Eldon,
Yeah, good luck with that, Bope. Have fun. All right. Okay.
I believe
so. Rasputin,
promises were made to Dietz and Tobias about survivors. They would have dibs on converting him.
Oh, they come up singing their favorite hymnal.
Right. Well.
You should swear fealty to them.
So, Rasputin, I want you to meet our friends Deet and Tobias here. They got a lot to tell you about right now. They are with us. So they are also in our service, as you may think, as you might put it.
The ogre
No.
sees him and says, "You didn't get them from out there on the ghost waters, did you?"
Nope, they came with us from a long way away, and now we watch Grant talk to himself for 5 minutes.
Gosh. Oh, Rasputin, we'd like you to swear fealty upon these sacred emblems. And they pull out like a pair of little dice they've like laced together. You can tell they've carved these dice out of bone. Most likely Uthlar's bones. Now, these Our complex love polyhedrals, for we love Lady Luck, the good Lady Timora. And we say, we're gonna roll them. If any of them come up snakes, and Tobias flickers his tongue, we're gonna ask him to off you. And they look at Quentin. You can tell they're starting to apostatize. They're starting to take the faith into their own direction. They pick up the dice.
You sure about that? That how it goes? Oh.
It's doctrinal. It's in the sacred text. And you see that they've been scrawling and scribbling nonsensical babblings as they've been caught up in religious fervor.
Oh.
We did this with Oscar. This is the way.
This is not a good time for Dolores to get kidnapped by Blanche on some...
Dolores approved.
No. Would she, though, of this particular
Fate's fickle
liberty
hand.
that's been taken with the religious texts as they are?
Our relationship with the good lady patron saint of the faith is our business there. We ask that you don't meddle.
Don't get uppity with me, fellas. Come on.
Oh,
Yeah. And be careful
we
who you're
was
talking
born
to.
uppity, they say, and then they roll the dice.
Don't want to be branded a heretic.
Thankfully, nothing comes up a 1. And they go, instead of branding him a heretic, we will brand him something else. Lead him into the waters for his baptism. They go into the river for a second, and then they seem to, stuck. They call out to Rinion with a loud whistle. I can't whistle loud. I can't whistle loudly. It's a whistle, a loud whistle, and they kind of motion for Rinion. You're muted.
Still muted.
Mosey on over.
Just moseying.
They say, you sit here in the water and wait for a second. Deet and Tobias go up to Rinion. They're like, you ever perform any kind of sacred religious ordinances? Because we don't quite know how this works. And the way Deet says it sounds like we're going to drown them.
That's... yeah, actually, Sylvanus has been known to bless upon me the ability to perform a ceremony. I have not been given it this day, but perhaps another day, in which if a person wishes to dedicate themselves to a god's, well, I guess it's specifically my god service, I can...
Oh, that's even great. You get a Sylvanus follower, they're just like, Lady Timora said he's to serve Sylvanus. We rolled for it. She denied his fealty.
Timora gives and Timora takes away, you know? It's
gotta know when to hold him, know when to fold him.
have him do some absolution, and we shall dedicate him tomorrow.
They go up to him and they say, tomorrow, we're giving you over to this fella, and we want you to know he's a good fella, and maybe if his god finds you worthy and accepting, a deal can be made. So you better be on your best behavior. And the Rasputin, the ogre's like, well, I don't quite have the predilections to understand all this religious stuff, but I am interested in willing and serving faithfully. Great, he's going to become your squire. Have an ogre squire, a raptor mount.
oh my god. This is just getting better every week.
I embrace the diversity.
There you go.
Fantastic.
God, this is great. I need art of this. But raptor riding paladin with an ogre.
Riding the rhinoceros.
The rhino, I can
Rhino.
only assume.
There
You
you
know,
go.
That's Bope's mount. No. It's on Bope. Sorry.
this is the only mount that is capable of supporting the ogre into battle.
Yeah, I've got my eyes on that flying carpet when it comes back. No. I'm going to wear that as a cape that lifts me into the air. Superman's in.
Just-
That'd be a fun one. All right, so you have an ogre convert who is practicing to make sure that he has prepared himself to faithfully dedicate himself to Sylvanus, and
Amazing.
yeah, he's trying to figure that out. He's like, I hope I do a good job. I did a pretty good job for those hobgoblins, but these fellas seem to be the new law around here. And with that, beyond the barricade, you see the road does go further north as it branches out to the west. But to the east, you can see Lake Reston is upon you and the Blackfin Marsh. You've traveled through some of it, but this is like the large, dismal area. And the clouds are pouring in. On the morrow, the rains shall begin to fall.
Did we have time for a short rest or to cut any coin purses off the corpses?
You all would have taken a short rest by default, including Renyan at the time the, quote, baptism was occurring.
Excellent.
Okay.
I return to the group, tucking away my bag of holding.
So, where now, Velkyn Weave? You know that there are elves in the area, in the swamp, that you might be able to find. You would have to go prancing into the Blackfins to try to find them, where they are known to hide. Fortunately for you, though, you now have free access into the swamp, as the barricade has been destroyed. We can go ahead and pull up Scene Setter 3 as we've hit Lake Reston. For those of you watching it, the party is at Point A, the barricade. Well, we will march to Point B, then C, then... No.
All right, I think we got to find these elves, right? They're our ticket to maybe even getting in with the lizard folk, right?
Well, if nothing else, they should know the lay of the land.
If anything,
You can
right?
describe how you'd like to track them.
Well, elves. Let's see. What do I know about elves and swampland? I don't know a damn thing about elves or swampland. So,
What about, can you talk to some trees?
I cannot talk to trees. I can talk to wildlife, though. I can try and speak with some critters around here, see if they see any tall, lanky folk, pointy ears.
Which type of critters would you like to speak with? There are many that you could probably find. Describe to me the one you'd like.
Probably, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna try and find some turtles. Not many bugs. They're too dumb. Look for some turtles, something with a little patience in their life.
Yeah, after some time, sure enough, you see a shell surface upon the water. Hello.
Hey, little fella.
My name's Amble.
Amble, pleasure to meet you. Eldon. Have you ever seen any... Do you know what an elf is, Amble?
He kind of looks around and goes, not particularly. Is it like you?
Much taller than me. About twice as, I'd say.
Hmm.
Pointy
Oh.
ears.
I'll disguise myself to look like an elf as he describes them and make the ears.
Oh,
bigger.
yeah. He goes,
Something generic like that,
Ooh.
yeah.
yeah, they do a pretty good job at eating turtles, so we respect them, what with the chain and all. We eat the stuff here in the water, and every now and then, the pointy-eared elves, as you call them, fish us out, pluck us from our shells, make us into soup.
Well, damn. You know which direction they come from?
Rough gig, but an elf's got to eat. Up above, usually. Oh, normally they like to live at the top of hills, so I think if you get into the hilly parts of the bog, you're bound to find these elves. And I hope that they taste as good as they look. You're finding one to eat it, aren't you?
Sure. Thanks, Amble. We really appreciate your help there, bud.
Good. Now, something smells good. What you got?
I'm probably I got probably some dried fruit in my bag. I'll throw it out there for him.
He opens his mouth, and it's one of those little things that turtles sometimes can't get their mouth open quite wide enough to get it. Yeah, just,
Yeah.
takes.
You don't give up. It's good stuff. All right.
Hard work, but that's all I'm doing today. Thank you. So Amble lets you know. The elves tend to live on the hillier parts. There are near in the region. There's there's various islands as you go out into the swamp. It's foggy. The rain is starting to get light. It's not a monsoon yet. But you could probably trek and see if you can spot them.
I'll have found familiar and brought Sprout back to accompany me.
Hey! The sequel.
Hey, did your second wife live in this swamp? Or was that another swamp?
I lived in this swamp till she took my property from me. The house that I bought. New husband and all that. Paying for the dates on my Amex.
Must be rough.
The Faerunian credit.
It's rough.
Name of a dragon. Amex.
That's right. That makes sense.
Spa days, all that.
Short for Amexarius or something, I'm sure, right? It's
I don't even want to know. But yeah, she lived in this swamp.
All right, so we're gonna look for a hilly area. Yeah, see if we can find some elves in some of the higher ground, drier ground, dry as it can be in the rain. Anyway.
Yes. Go ahead and make a. I'll tell you what. Go ahead and make a nature check, and the nature check will help you find where the taller than you elves possibly would be. Likewise, if one of you could make a survival as well.
I can do that.
Do you want to do that nature check instead? Because I'm pretty good at survival.
Okay, swap ya.
Swap ya! Yeah, you draw straws for tasks
Yes.
and trade.
High five and switch places.
All right.
Oh, that was cocked on a natural 20, but I must roll again.
That is a 24 on
It's still a
my
natural 20.
survival check.
Nice! It is the night of natural 20s. Survival.
24.
So for the survival roll, you know there's ghosts and ghouls in them waters that are kind of prowling about. They haven't quite picked up on you or your presence. But you know that there are some nasty undead here in the swamp.
That kind of swamp. Okay.
Yes.
I'll
And
make
you
sure
have, if you
I
brought
tell-
them your keel boats. Did you use keel boats or canoes? I think you had keel boats.
We got keel
I think we
boats,
did,
I think.
Yeah.
So you can
Just so we
pole.
can take two.
Yeah, you can pole through.
Yeah, I make sure to tell everyone, keep an eye out. There's, to our paladin, our necromancer, and our warlock rogue.
The ogre.
Yeah.
So you rolled high enough on your survival. You did find some abandoned rafts that look almost as nice as the keel boats, but they look like they were made to fauna or flora, not fauna. They're not made out of bones. They're made out of flora from here in the swamp, and they've been carefully put together, masterfully so. And so the ogre's like, all right, I'm going to try to paddle this, because he's big enough that he has to sit on his own.
He needs his own. Yeah, that's.
It'd be great if he's paddling and Rinian's on his shoulders, arms crossed. Row. Yes! Lead us. All right. So, yeah, you're
drive me closer. I want to hit it with my sword.
There you go.
We pull his
Yes.
ears to steer him.
Yes. All right. You're going through. You do come to looks like there's like an island of mud and peat and things like that comes out, and there's some gnarled trees that are have grown out of this island. And as you see it through the mist in the right lane, there is on this island what looks like the remains, and this goes to the nature check. They're the remains of like a horse-sized owl, just a massive flying creature. And you can see that parts of its body, the bird's body, has been dissolved in places. And there is just swaths of foul, dark green fluid that is still sizzling on its body and popping on it, eating away and exposing both flesh and bone.
Eldon, have you ever seen such a magnificent beast?
Tragically, I gotta say, no, I haven't. But, wow, look at what's happened to it. You can still smell the whatever that was eating into it.
That looked like it could be the work of a black dragon.
You're asking the wrong folks. I was gonna ask you that. I don't know anything about dragons.
You're the dragon man.
It just looks like some kind of acid, right? Eating into the poor creature.
That's what I'm thinking.
I thought green dragons were the used acid, or is that poison?
That's poison. Experienced that firsthand. That's the poison one.
Oh, this is terrible.
Yes.
Keep your head on the swivel there, fellas. Looking up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Look it up.
Looking up.
Make a perception check when you're looking around.
Who? Just him?
Just him, as we will declare that Eldon is on the lookout for this purpose.
That's a shame.
And then for everyone else, just tell me what your passive perception is.
Well, you're gonna want those because my active perception was a 9.
12. A passive.
14.
Muted running.
It's just strong as
bless you.
silent.
I haven't said anything yet. Passive perception is 12.
All right. So, not good enough to
See the dragon.
spot this thing. Right. No, so if let's jump to our creature 2 slide. Up out of the swamp springs a creature unlike any you have ever seen before. It is not a dragon, that you can tell. As it comes up out of the swamp, it quickly wreathes its entire body in luminescent neon green flames that shoot off of it in a black cloud of poison wrathing through the air and going out from it. And with that, we need to roll initiative
Oh dear.
as this creature comes up out of the swamp.
Oh my goodness, what in the Oricon blazes is that?
Something even I have not seen before.
No, none of you have seen anything like this as far as I can tell.
11 for me.
8.
21.
Nice.
20.
Bope, you were an 8?
That's correct.
All right, let me roll. So, I have to switch where my dice roller is. It has a 14, so it will go in the middle. We start with Quentin, then Renyan, then this creature, and then the other two.
Okay. The blind sight on the dragon mask, does that take an action to activate? It just says once a day you can gain blind sight out to a range of 30. for 5 minutes?
You would have to declare when you'd like to do it.
I would like to start it now.
Doesn't count as an action. It started.
Nice.
Okay. I don't think this guy wants to talk, so
Scream.
yeah. How far away is he right now?
He is very close to Eldon, close enough to be engaged. He is nearby. You all can move to him if you want. So within a move range.
Okay. I will use my bonus action and curse out at it, hitting it with the Hexblade's curse, and then unleash 2 Eldritch Blasts on it.
All right.
That is an 11 and a 17 to hit.
11 and a 17. The 17 hits.
Okay. For a mere 3 force damage. And then, I will move back 30 feet.
Rinyan is up.
Brinian, I will go ahead and cast Protection from Poison on myself, and then move in to the side of the creature, trying to distract it away from, but within 10 feet of
Okay.
I'm sorry, there was 3 extra damage from the Hex Curse.
Okay. And if there's no other actions on this one, it's going to make 3 attacks on Eldon directly in front of him.
Snuck up on me again. It's gonna be the Hydra all
I'm
over
sorry.
again.
Did I say Bopan or whoever was?
It was me. Yeah, I figured
Whoever's
that's
in
what you
front.
meant.
So, also you notice, just so you can kind of get some positioning, this creature has a reach of 10 feet, so he's a little further away. He's big, and he stands about 20 feet tall, so 2 basketball hoops. Yeah, so
Good,
He's
yes.
a big guy.
Big fellas.
Just enormous. So 25 to hit on the first attack.
Yep.
And these are with its bladed wings. 21 with the second.
Yep.
And then he attempts to take a bite out of you. 23.
Yep.
All right. So let's do some damage.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
All right.
13, 15, and then less. 11. This is slashing, piercing. And then you're going to need to... Oh, and then an additional 2 points of poison damage. And then I need you to make a Yes.
Wait. Half?
Half of 2 is 1.
Yeah, half of 2 is 1.
Half of 1 is.
Why are we having it again?
But
What are you having it?
I rolled 2.
I have poison.
And I reduce it again by half because
Yes.
it's magical damage.
So,
Oh, okay.
this isn't magical damage.
It's a.
Not a spell. He's just
Oh, yeah,
biting me.
This is like a creature biting. Good call though. There's a lot of rules in Dungeons and Dragons,
So many rules.
and
this was-
and we're about to engage another one. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Is this a poisoning effect?
It is.
Okay, so I have advantage on those as well.
and a +2.
And a +2. Constitution saving throw with advantage. Add 2. Yeah.
Nice.
And inspiration from your monologue, if needed.
I don't think it'll be needed. That is an 18 all told.
All right. You take half of 24 points. No, I'm just kidding. You are not poisoned for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I'm just not poisoned, no damage, no extra damage.
And then
Okay.
you notice it flies up and away 50 feet.
Attack of opportunity.
No, because of a special ability it has that does not let you.
It's got flyby.
Flyby.
Hell. Okay.
That's why you're leveling after this. All right.
Well, some of us are.
If we all survive.
Oh, there's something I have to remember too. This thing has an expanded critical as well, so it crits on other numbers as well.
Oh, good. Thanks for the warning. Appreciate you.
This is the boss fight. Yeah. Right. Keep me honest. And so we move through initiative to Eldon.
Okay. Ow. It's flown up away from me now. So it is up in the air.
It's about 50 feet away at this
50
point.
feet away. Fantastic. Okay.
It's actually not in the air. It has wings, but it can't move like that. It's moved back in the water.
Just
Apologies.
okay.
Their note here was different.
Is it officially storming right now?
No, it's just
No.
a light rain as described.
Okay. Well, all right. I asked because of call lightning. Because if you were outdoors in stormy conditions, yes. Okay. So not storming yet, just a light rain.
Not yet, but
Okay.
tomorrow morning it will be.
Okay. So not yet. All right. I am going to chug a potion of greater healing that I've been holding on to because I just got glitch slapped really hard. God, why is it?
While he's doing that, did you say it's in the air but not flying?
No, it's not in the air. It would be in the swamp.
Okay.
Kinda
How
like-
far off the ground?
It like left or
It's,
glided back.
Yeah, it glid back, and it's
Okay.
it's at surface level.
Okay.
So I
Apologies
chugged
for that. Their language here was weird.
Yeah, I chugged the healing potion, then I'm gonna bonus action healing word myself at the second level as well. Because, ouch. Oh, well, that was a terrible healing word, but no deal. Okay. Better than nothing. Okay. And then I'm gonna back up 20 feet away from the water's edge or wherever it is and away from that creature. Like, God dang, come on, fellas. Hit it. And that's
We
my turn.
move to Bope.
Okay. So, sorry, one more clarification. It's how far from Renyan? 50 feet, you said?
So it attacked from 10 feet away from Eldon. And so it'd be about 60 feet away from where Eldon was.
Okay. How far is it
Just
from
like
Renyan?
rain, it's visible.
Probably, I'd say it's probably about 50
You're
feet,
within.
'cause Renyan
You're
came up
you're
next to
so
it.
using abstract distances. If you're trying to hit it with a spell, you're within range most likely.
Actually, I was thinking of
It's very
giving
close.
Renyan fly so that he could keep the distance, keep it close.
I don't need it.
Okay. Then I will run away.
Incredible Hulk jump.
25 feet in the opposite direction. As I do so, scoop down and pick up some muddy acorns and just throw them behind me as I'm going. Just go, go, go! And throw scorching acorns.
All right. Armor class is only 15.
Found
Okay, well.
acorns in the swamp. Impressive.
The lowest was 11. Yes.
You know, Steve and
imagination.
Tobias have been planting acorns for him to
Use
find.
your imagination. So 2 of those hit.
Excellent.
Okay. That is 15. No. Yes, 15 points of fire damage.
All right. So as your burning acorns, scorching acorns muddily slop into him, you notice as the flames hit, they seem to explode in bioluminescent flashes. You can tell that the efficacy of the fire is not as effective or potent as other sources of damage.
What's this thing?
Oopsie. Next.
Oops.
I would let, after seeing that, Quentin, not as an action, you could do a history with advantage, like dragon lore thing.
Okay.
Especially with your past affiliations to certain cults and things like that.
That is an 18 on history.
Your feeling, you can sense, and even your dragon mask seems to be feeding into your head, this thing has a direct link to Tiamat. This is not of this plane. It is not of this world.
Oh.
Okay.
And with that, the ogre is chucking a spear.
Yeah.
Yes, Rasputin. Kill it. Kill it.
You dare! Okay, I accidentally typed, but I was like, I rolled a 0. Hey, he hits for 11 points of damage. Yes, but you notice the boulder, being non-magical, does less damage and is less effective than, say, the magic sword. With that, it's Quentin's turn.
Okay, he's within range of my Hex spell, so I'm going to drop that on him and curse his acrobatics ability and point at him with the Bone Wand and Eldritch Blast. That is a 24 and a 23. And he was previously cursed for a little extra damage, so that is 8 force and 3 necrotic, and 10 force and 2 necrotic.
All right.
And then I will move 30 more feet back since I've got a long range on this.
Yeah, you can tell, and that seems to be peppering the dragon and breaking it down. Not bloodied, but getting there at this point as he's feeling the otherworldly, unearthly fury of Quentin Stargazer, or Blanche Lafayette, or Jack Littleton, or the Nimbus, whoever is attacking him today. Brynion's up.
I will yell out to everyone, this thing is linked to Tiamat. It's not of this world.
Okay. So, Brynnion is going to take all that in, and I'm going to start running towards it. I'm going to run my 30 feet or 20 feet.
What's your swim speed?
Is it actually swim or is it hazardous terrain?
So, depending on where you're at, let me double check. On the side you're at, no, it would be hazardous. It would be waist deep on medium-sized creatures.
Okay, I ignore hazardous terrain.
Woohoo!
So,
Righteous. Righteous Rinion.
So I will move 20 feet, and then I will Misty Step. Cinematically, it's as if I'm appearing above him and then slashing as I come down. Realistically, I'm appearing behind him. So I'd move 30 feet. I'd Misty Step another 30 feet, so I'd be 60 feet, which should be
This is so
him.
anime. Teleports behind you. Yeah! Oh no!
Sylvanas?
What? Yeah.
And striking from behind, hopefully either getting its attention or driving it back towards.
You'll definitely get its attention. What did you hit it with and for?
Yes.
Smite, 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 smite.
Yeah, Renion's your best shot at taking this thing down.
That's why I wanted to make sure he could keep up with it.
First attack is a 19.
19 definitely hits.
For 8 magical slashing damage.
Okay.
For 2 more frost damage.
All right, the frost is halved.
For where is it? I need to check. This meat. He's not an undead or fiend, is he?
He is a fiend.
Oh.
And a dragon.
Extra damage for
Monstrosity. Yeah.
so a first level smite. For an extra. As Rinion's blade fills and does another 17 radiant.
Woo! You're chopping him down.
Is he large or huge?
Technically large.
Cool. Contested strength check, please.
Okay. Is it strength athletics?
Or dexterity acrobatics.
All right.
And he's at disadvantage on acrobatics.
Nice.
That's not the one he has massive bonuses with.
Well,
For the
26.
Okay. So he defeats me there, which is fine.
Yeah. He's like, I could do one of those too, just you wait. Actually, no, he doesn't do that. That's what those hobgoblins do, because they have like the, oh, you want to get rough, do you? I'll knock you down.
Second attack.
All right.
Actually, I don't think I could have done that. That's also bonus. Never mind. That didn't happen.
Aha!
Second attack for 25.
Cinematically, it happened. 25 hits.
For another 11 magical slashing damage.
get him. Get him.
For 3 more frost damage.
That halves.
And another... another 17 radiant damage.
Woo-hoo. The Radiant's very good. So you open up this fiendish, draconic monstrosity, and just black ooze shoots out of it, turning to smoke before it hits the ground, and it sizzles and it fumes. And at that point, it's turn to go. And it's going to make some attacks on Rinian. So 24 to hit, 9 to hit, and then he leans in to bite you with a critical hit, a 27.
Ooh, yeah. Yikes.
It's the bite though. Well, it doubles damage on the bite. So 14. This is 14 slashing damage for the first wing. 14 damage for the second wing.
Second wing missed.
Oh, it missed, yeah. So we do the bite. Apologies. So let me double the dice.
I mean, that was the bite made up for, but...
Yeah, it actually, yeah, I guess this bite when it's double dice. So first 14 piercing, and then the additional poison damage. Are you immune to poison?
I am, I have poison thing up, so I'm just, I think, resistant.
Okay, so you'll
Yeah.
take half of this.
And I have advantage on saving throws against poison.
12 points of poison damage.
Is that the half, or...
That's what you'll have, and then you have to make a Constitution saving throw at advantage.
That's not the one. I want this one. 22.
22 is much higher than 14. And then it uses its full move without provoking an opportunity attack to dart back towards the island. So it moves 50 feet closer, so it's back to being close to Eldon, and it's Eldon's turn.
Well, I did back up like 20 feet away.
Okay, so where it was originally.
Okay, all right. Okay. I'm
Yeah,
going,
you're 30 feet away from it.
I'm going to cast Conjure Animals and cast a nice big beefy 1 CR2 animal here in the swamp.
Your old snake friends show up. They're like, "We've missed you, Eldon!" They can't talk. Sorry, Tobias was like, "The boys!"
The giant constrictor snake.
Yes. Have them make some attacks, see if they can restrain this thing.
So he just got the 1, so we'll see what he can do. It's a +6 to attack though, and his attacks count as magical for the purposes of overcoming resistance. That is a 17 to hit.
That's enough.
Hell yes. Okay. Oh, that's the constrict attack. Yes, the constrict attack. So that is 2d8 plus 4 bludgeoning damage. So if you want to take the average, it becomes 13 magical bludgeoning damage, and the target is grappled and restrained.
Yes. That is good. Anything else you can do?
I, Eldon, cast that spell, Conjure Animals, and I don't think I can do anything else with that healing word. Ooh, Rennie, you took a beating there, right? A little bit. You
Yeah.
okay?
I mean, he's looking as injured as he was before.
Well, that was pretty bad. So, no, Rennie's too far away right now. He's like.
Rainier is like one of those rugby players that's missing an eyeball and is like bleeding outside. It's like, this is just how I look, you know?
I'm fine. What are you talking about? Okay, no.
It's normal.
Renian is like 80 feet away right now, right? So,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
At this point.
70, 75, somewhere there.
So, yeah, he was about 10 feet. Move back would have been 60. You're somewhere out there.
I'm actually.
And then
I'll go
Eldon
ahead
moves.
and bonus action my unicorn spirit nearby, up towards the creature. So that 30-foot radius is going to emanate out. So once I start healing people, I can dole out more heals. So bonus action, spirit totem. There we go.
Bope. It's come down to you. You see the muscles rippling and pulsing as it's being restrained by the great constrictor snake. Its eyes look at you.
All right, I'm going to pull into another pocket, take out a little handful of molasses, and smush it together as I say, time to stop jumping around so much, and cast slow. DC 15 Wisdom.
Helps if you type this in the virtual tabletop and not the Google Doc. Where it stats. 21!
Okay.
The ogre's like, it worked on me. All right. Anything else you're doing, Boat?
I don't know how close I am to people. I will move another 25 feet away. Just be spread out.
You move back 25 feet.
Yeah.
Quentin, you're up.
I am going to bonus action quaff an anti-venom potion that I have. So advantage on poison saving throws.
Yeah.
And then unleash 2 Eldritch Blasts on it. 16 to hit and a crit. Nice. All right, so that is 17 damage on the crit. That's necrotic and force. And then on the other one, that is 6 force and 6 necrotic.
You smash into the creature with these devastating eldritch flash. You feel the power of your patron flowing through you to take this creature out of this world. Whatever life was in it has left its body. It is now a defeated child of Tiamat.
Oh,
Black Razor sends its regards.
was it?
You could
You're-
see that.
You heard it.
You could see Renyon was about to come back and do the exact same thing. It's like, you're not getting away from me, but he's
Oh.
like starting to run. Oh, then just kind of Trump walks back.
I think the snake probably starts to try to eat it, and if it doesn't immediately dissipate and get sent back to hell.
The snake starts, just, it's not going back to hell.
Oh, okay.
You notice this thing's not dissipating. There's something strange and unusual and unnatural about it.
Go check it out.
Requires deeper investigation.
Yeah, I'll actually unsummon the snake, and it just, green fairy lights disappears away, as in the body can just collapse on the ground there.
Whew, mighty powerful smell.
Didn't
Yes,
smell.
sir.
This whole place doesn't really smell great, to be fair.
No, it smells awful. You also notice that, so the creature itself, I'll allow someone to make an investigation check. And if you want to search around the island as well, you may find other things.
I'll roll. A 19.
19. You can see in the chunks of this creature that have been torn from it, it clearly has fed recently, not just on this owl, but on another creature. And you can see glistening in what little light is in the air, there are precious jewels in its body. In fact, a necklace unlike any you have ever seen. It's not magical, but it appears to be made out of precious black stones and gold. This was, your guess is it would belong to someone of some importance.
Eight.
The rest of searching around the island, you find that there's a coffer up here. It's tried to begin getting a hoard. In the hoard, there is a sword. It's a rapier. Looks particularly sharp. And there is also a precious-looking headband that it's being kept, as well as a large sum of money. The money is marked with a strange insignia, unlike any you've ever seen. The coins are the coins are bizarrely just. It's a bizarre currency, clearly gold, but the cut's unusual. Probably from the ancient kingdom that used to be near here.
Intriguing.
Well, what do we do with the thing? I mean, we got some. It's definitely a dragon, right, or something like one. When? Yeah.
You know how the Red Hand and the Dragon cultists all worship Tiamat?
No, not really, but I've heard a little bit about it, I think.
We'll take your word on it.
Yeah, sure.
This has some connection to her.
Okay, so something dragon light. Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
I can
And-
feel the fiendish energies coming from it.
I mean, that makes sense if the rumors are
Different.
true as to where she is.
What does that mean? Where she is?
Well, Tiamat's not on the material plane, or she'd be rampaging around.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's definitely a good thing. I'll give you that. But it obviously has a very strong hoarding instinct, like a lot of dragons do. That's a fair bit of stuff in there.
So, those black stones and gold, we pulled that from inside the beast, right?
It was inside the beast. It also, if you kept digging, you might find a torso, neck, some arms.
Puzzle.
I mean, I would because I'm thinking it's one.
Stitch
Puzzle?
them together. Uthlar
Puzzle
Jr.,
for
here you
necromancer.
go.
I'm thinking it's either the elves or one of those lizard folk. But something like this.
Can we tell easily by the body parts?
Lizard folk would be much larger and thicker. These are they're just clearly an elf body.
All right,
And
here's
Fiends.
our way to get in good with them. Return it.
most like yeah.
Pretty fancy necklace.
Let's take its head.
You take its head. Now, the more you think about this, you've heard of these things before, Quentin. You're thinking back to your studies. These creatures are among the first spawn Tiamat created and was used as a guard in her army. These are known as green-spawned razor fiends, or as elves might refer to them, harrow blades. But your guess is, though it's not of this plane, this one was probably born here, and this one seems very young.
I mean, if it was a true fiend, wouldn't it have disappeared?
Right, isn't that how it works with them devils and stuff? If they're not from this plane, they go back there when some folks smite them.
Indeed. This is more maybe like a tiefling, like dragon equivalent.
Okay, I think I get you. Yeah, all right.
So, we need to find the elves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'll maybe start to try and get some higher ground and see if I see any sign of civilization.
Sprout can go with you. Help you
the
look.
ogre picks you up, holds you into the air as he walks to the top of the hill, and you
all right.
see them. You start to feel the wind. There are 5 large owls, like the dead one that you found, flying over. Upon each owl is a dark-haired elf wearing leather armor. Appears to be dyed green and brown to match the colors of the march. They sort of float twice. Then they land. They speak in common. Who are you? What are you doing in our marsh? They don't say our marsh. They say the marsh.
This is not the time to pretend to be the Emerald Enclave, right?
No.
We are the Nimbus. We are cloud giants, as Quentin disguises himself.
I wouldn't do that anyway. I'm just like, we came from the south. There's a horde of dragon-worshipping hobgoblins descending on the folk down there. We just killed that Harrow Blade out there.
They see that, like, their eyes, like, widen, and they kind of look around. They're like, there's more of them in the swamp. They seem very nervous and put off.
Well, there's one less now.
One thing about these dragon worshipping armies coming that are attacking the south, their intent is to spread throughout this entire region and to murder everything here.
I think they're here, and I think they're trying to murder all of us. We've been up to our eyeballs, and the lizard folk who were once our allies have turned on us. They seem to be bewildered and convinced of a new leader who lives deep in the swamp.
Yeah,
I don't know if this area is safe.
We heard there was a Clinton. What was it called?
Worm speaker.
Yeah, a worm speaker around here.
That must be the one who is commanding the armies in the old place.
You don't fight them alone. We're taking them out, one by one, building our own army.
We're searching this area for one of our brethren who went missing. There was a young elf, Lanakar. This appears to be his owl.
Did he wear a necklace of black stones and gold?
One of the other hunters nods, and then the leader kind of notices that he's giving away. He goes, yes, he did, in fact. It's a family relic.
we have some bad news then. And present my hand out with the black stones and gold and motion to the corpse and the body parts.
They all seem to come forward almost mournfully. They hold their hand out and ask if they can examine the necklace. You know, they want to look at it.
Yeah, give it to him.
Creature must have caught him on his own, you know. He's a pretty tough thing. One-on-one, it's been a pretty hard fight.
They ask if they can return the necklace to his family.
Yeah.
You found it and you killed the dragon spawn. This might be worth 1,000 meals to you. I'd hate to take it, but I think it belongs to his family.
Family first.
I think we found enough already. You should take that.
Quentin goes half and then daggers it down the middle. King Solomon. No. So he agrees. So he seems very appreciative of this, and he says, "What brings you into the swamp directly? Is it to treat with us elves? Because we're but poor hunters. We could take you to our leaders, the Star Singers."
That is
Yeah.
the case.
We came looking for y'all, yeah.
They speak to themselves in Elven. Any of you speaking of Elvish, they say, you know, these seem to be up front. They have dealt with the Red Hand Horde. You know, we've heard news of you know, heroes protecting the wood. We should trust them. And the leader seems to be listening. Now, based on your actions and your decisions that you've chosen to do over the course of the campaign, they seem to move from being more neutral to friendly with you. And they say he's willing to let each of you come aboard an owl and fly with them, and they will take you to Starsong Hill.
Ooh, never did this before.
I kind of want to make my own.
They would let you. They would be impressed by that.
A giant owl is not even CR2, is it? It's CR1?
1/4. Oh,
It's 1/4? A giant owl?
maybe.
These
maybe-
are special owls too, but yeah, we could give you, you know, it's a giant owl.
Giant owl is
Battle
Oh, it
owl.
is 1/4. I could try and hope for some giant owls, and literally, I can have.
Do you
it.
summon giant owls for everyone?
I do. I got 1/3 level spell slot left. I'm going to do
Yes.
it.
We're attacked. Oh no!
Now we have enough room for Rasputin and Deed and Tobias, right?
That's right. Yes.
Yes.
Rasputin, like 2 or 3 to carry Rasputin, and then 1 each for Deet and Tobias, respectively. And
So, yeah, they appear, and the giant owls, Deet and Tobias, come out. They seem like the devil. They go, not devils, Timora worshippers, and they
No.
climb up.
they're with us. We brought them from an entirely different swamp. They don't truck with the worm speaker and the other lizard folk y'all are familiar with.
The ogre, essentially has fashioned, straps to be held by the owls. He's gonna try to bounce himself like a
Like a little hammock. Like,
Yeah, but yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, easy there, big fella. And with that, we're going to bring the session to a close. However, the party advances in level.
Huzzah!
And let's talk about some of the achievements you've done between our last levels ups. So you have fought green dragons. You have defeated, the Coven of the Oni. You slayed a green spawn Razor Fiend. You have faced down Hobgoblin Wormlords. You have faced down Worm Speaker Koth. So there's been a lot of pretty impressive things that the Velkyn Weave has, participated in. So what are some of your favorite moments that you have participated in over this leg? Because you started in a very different part of the world. Now you're caught up in an entire war.
Was Wrathkeep was the previous level, right?
I think we leveled up when we fought the Hydra, which was right before Vroth.
Yeah.
Okay, so then definitely for me it was the taking of Wrathkeep and the
It
The
was
sacking
a
of it.
whale of a good time.
Whale of a good time.
Whale.
We've heard of you, the whale summoners.
Every time things get tough, I just think of the Manticore down on the beach by Port 9 Zaro. You know, someday I'll meet him down there.
Taking out the bridge and then surviving the onslaught of the Green Dragon.
Gosh, yeah, that was an intense.
Woo!
It's back and forth.
Super proud moment for me. Just spell slot. Goodbye, bridge. And then run like hell. Away from a big old green dragon.
Actually, really sorry.
Oh, I really enjoyed today. I thought had some excellent uses of Fireball, maximum effectiveness. Loved burning down buildings, you know.
Yeah, that was an interesting one because I'm like, sometimes with these hobgoblins, it's like there's a lot of them, and they do decently in melee.
Yeah.
But if they get set on fire, they don't survive. And the ones that do, usually throw down weapons and surrender. Yeah. Now, here's a question for each of you, too. So if you were to award each other, and I know Michelle's not here, Delirious isn't here, but if you were to award each player a point of inspiration, what are some things you would reward them for? Key moments and highlights and in-character interactions.
I think I'd give Rainian points for his relentless fervor. Like, no matter what, some bitch is always charging into the middle of the fray, whether it's good for him or not. And that's an easy one right there.
The good of many outweigh the good of one, you know.
For me, Quentin, Josh has kept Quentin well within character, and it is both annoying and impressive to watch.
I would give it to Tom, to Bope, for the burgeoning discovery and love of necromancy and having to hide it from the other people. I'll deal with his corpse. I'll go and bury him.
It's gone.
Waste not, want not.
Props to Corey for Eldon's inner struggle with the necromancy and just everything that's been going on. He's staying true to character without actually, exiling Bope.
I don't want inter-party conflict.
No. We're keeping our eyes upon you.
Yeah, it's probably safer to keep me in the party.
Like, if we turn him loose, who knows what it'll do?
Yeah. 3 years from now, you guys find me in a tower.
Yeah, if it gets too out of hand, or if you purposely try to kill yourself, you might get murdered and then given the spell that means that you can never raise again.
We're gonna hear about like a 3-foot tall lich in some like obsidian tree in the forest. Just
those black gems in that necklace. Quite the phylactery.
If Rainian dies, we always have your nemesis to call upon, right?
Right.
Yeah. Perfect.
Tybalt Davignon. He's a pretty impressive Illrigger, right?
I don't know. He's kind of he's not that impressive.
All smoke, no fire.
Yeah.
Then he's going to start like doing steroids or something. He's like, "Oh no, I made some deals with some devils. I'm ready." Performance enhancing.
I would give inspiration to Delirious for the continued pulling upon the background story and just the Tamora, the joy that continues to give every time.
Every divine spell is cast with a word of prayer to Timora.
Love and intention.
Which is great. It's also been fun to watch her take to the NPCs and um, really support all the weirdos that have been introduced to the campaign, from Nimble the Flying Carpet, and Deet Tobias. And,
Hey, who are you calling a weirdo?
She's not even a ranger, and she is definitely our pet class. That's for sure.
Yes.
Timora is the gift that keeps on giving in this campaign so far.
And what are some aspects of Starsong Hill you hope to find there? So this is where the elves live here in the Blackfens, at least one of their encampments.
Allies.
God, I know they just said they're humble hunters, but I'm really hoping that's not true. Like, I'm hoping there's
This group was, not the group back.
I'm hoping that's please tell me they're just talking about themselves. There's legions of elves spread across the fens. That would
Bows
be
and
great
blades.
right now.
Legions.
Of elves.
Legions.
They just need us. It sounds like they just need us to break this this worm collar, then they'll be free to swing south.
We can go take out the worm speaker. Maybe we can free up some lizard folk as well from some sort of compulsion. And I'm really hoping to find a formidable fighting force to take with us.
All right. Well, that's a good place to stop tonight. Tom, why don't you go ahead and give us our goals update?
All right. Thank you, everyone, for all of your help with the channel and all your support. Your subs show your support, and if you want, and that you want the Games Tavern to upgrade the productions and make better shows for you. So don't forget to cheer on your favorite character when they do something awesome, such as tank an entire building by themselves and get burned by a fireball. Your bits and cheers mean you love what the characters are doing, and we love you, friends, for that support. So we love you all for your new subs and bits this week. Thank you so much, Corey.
Please go visit overheadgames.com. They've been a great supporter of our show. We really appreciate them. They have created this great avatar creator, their epic character generator. Just want to give a big shout out to them again. And I think we're going to shoot it over to Josh.
Yes, and the Games Tavern Patreon is live and a great way to support the show. Every Friday, patrons get to see special content like DM notes and maps and behind-the-scene videos. And the latest updates include behind-the-scenes editing video, GM notes from our own Grant Ellis, and a new battle map for use in your games. And some recognition to our regular Patreon supporters, Harper Jean, Mata333, and Veritas23. Thank you all for your patronage and support. And for everyone else, just checking the Patreon link in the chat or the Patreon panel in the Twitch channel. Or you can go to patreon.com/thegamestavern and get your hands on all this amazing content.
And don't forget to subscribe to the Games Tavern YouTube channel. Likes and comments on the videos help us get to know you and gets the word out about the show. Subscribing is free, and you don't miss out on any of the shows and access additional content, as well as, it allows you to go and catch all those events that we've been talking about. And even if you come across something that you don't remember, you can head back and check it out to refresh yourself.
So thanks for joining us. We will see you all in the new year.
Yeah, next year.
Next year.
Be a bit of a break. Happy holidays to everyone. Enjoy your winter break.
Have a holly jolly D&D. I don't know.
Best kind you can have.
Bye-bye.